The Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Minnesota State High School League.
Well, inside for Bjork. Bjork inside, dunks! Margaret, Bjork, a little shot. Block on front. They did it! Welcome inside 3M Arena at Mariucci. Pleased to bring you high school hockey tonight. I'm Ryan Paul, joined by my partner Greg Erickson. Benilde, St. Margaret's, and Chaska doing battle from a wonderful venue at 3M Arena at Mariucci, Greg.
I'm telling you what, we have a lot of fans here. They're just all dressed up like empty seats. All right, that's...
Well, I mean, these teams are used to playing in, 1,000-seat arenas.
Right.
Now they come here where home of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, one of the most elite hockey programs in collegiate hockey.
And I know that all the boys are very excited to play here. This is a lot of fun. And, in fact, we've got a couple of guys on this Chaska Hawk team
Indeed.
that intend to have this be their home ice within the next year or two.
Rhett Pitlick and Mike Kester are both committed to the University of Minnesota for the time being. Let's get into the game tonight, Greg. Chaska, obviously, last time back on January 19th, a 6-3 defeat by Benilde St. Margaret's.
6-3 defeat. One of them was an empty netter. That was during a period when the Hawks were struggling a little bit. They stubbed their toe with a couple of games. They had a couple of teams that they should have beat. They weren't able to, so it was unfortunate for them. But I think that they are definitely feeling the pressure that and taking this game very seriously. This is a very important game for them. This is practically a playoff type situation game. They do have 3 regular season games left. This is one of them. All of them obviously are conference games. The Hawks do lead the conference. They have 8 points in the conference. Benilde St. Margaret has 6. But they want to kind of cement the deal. They want to close it out. They definitely don't want to fall two games to this Benilde St. Margaret team in 1 year. So they definitely want to make this be. This is a very important
Indeed.
game for them.
Worth noting that, or I should say, Chaska comes into this game obviously 15-7 overall. Benilde comes in 15-6. This game will be, as you kind of alluded to, working for the Metro West Conference title.
This is absolutely sort of the cement that's going to seal the deal. There's no doubt about it. And that's the way the Hawks are approaching it. And, on this big stage here, the Olympic-sized rink, here at the 3M Arena at Mariucci, I think that, the guys, they could have come in tight, excited, nervous. Instead, I was talking to a lot of the guys before the game. They're loose. They're excited. This is going to be a fun evening for them.
Chaska with the puck, working left to right across the Olympic-sized sheet in their white uniforms with purple breezers. Here comes Benilde St. Margaret's. Now it's Adam Marshall who sends it down behind the sophomore goaltender Jack Stark. Stark misses it. Back around for Jet Johnson. Now loose in the neutral zone. Marshall sends it down where Chaska chases. That's Kester.
The Olympic-sized rink, Ryan, is 15 feet wider. Oh, here we go with the breakout.
Here comes Kester. Kester dumps. No, he keeps with it. Now as a center for Ben. Net comes dislodged.
A couple of big hits down there.
And we get a stoppage.
By number 20, Blake Messenberg. He really tried to lay into some of the guys like Olmscheid and Lavelle there. They weren't giving the goalie any harassment at all, but yet he took it upon himself to throw a couple of cross checks right into the chops of those guys standing in the blue paint. The net came off its moorings, and that was a golden opportunity for the Hawks that they just weren't able to capitalize on. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Benilde wins the draw right back to Carson Limesand, the sophomore goaltender. A pair of sophomore goaltenders starting here tonight. Limesand comes into the game 16 games under his belt, 2.87 GAA, 89% save percentage. Pitlick on the half wall nearest us. Draws. He's tied up there. Adam Marshall bodies him down. Now Cooper Gay comes ahead with the puck. Lots more space out there than we're used to seeing. Here come the Red Knights, dumping it down.
One of the things that Mike Kester talked about before the game with me, we were just sort of sitting on the bench. He was wrapping his stick up, and he said, the biggest thing about the Olympic sheet is defensively. When you're defending, it's just so hard to to make sure you're able to get that puck out.
Tie up in the neutral zone. Here comes Warner. He sends off. McDonald fires and scores!
Well, Blake Warner came down. He really was going actually quite slowly down the left-hand side, and he was just looking for guys to get open, and that's exactly what McDonald did. He was just in the slot. He was wide open. He took the pass and just buried it. That's a great start for the Hawks, but as you'll remember, Ryan, what happened in the first game between these two teams, Ethan Benn scored 12 seconds into that contest, and Benilde went on to absolutely dominate the game for another two and a half periods.
It's McDonald's third goal of the season.
That's outstanding.
Fourth of his career for the junior for Chaska. We have a brief conversation going on right below us between the official and Dave Snuggerud.
Yeah, Dave's giving him quite an earful down there, and oftentimes when he does this, he's doing it mainly for player safety reasons. I probably didn't like that hit that happened over on the far side, right coming out of our zone. One of our players got absolutely decked, and so he likes to put an end to that kind of stuff real quick.
Thomas draws at center ice. Bronson has it. He sends it back for defensive partner Mike Kester. Now Thomas on the neutral zone, far wall, sends it back where Bronson retreats for Chaska defensively. Bronson tap pass up for Sully Sholey, the sophomore. Goes tape to tape.
Rink wide.
Reaches Bauer Barry. Barry couldn't get it on the stick cleanly. Now Benilde recovers behind the net. Sarsland down there for the Red Knights. He dumps off for Nate Schweitzer, future Colorado College hockey player. Has it. Send up for Barr. Now a turnover in the offensive zone for Benilde. Chaska fails to clear though. Red Knights Warner on the blue line.
Kester's
tie up along the wall.
Out. Yep.
Here come the Red Knights. Warner in Barr. Shot on. Blocked away though.
Bronson had him tied up nicely there in the front.
Here comes Barry for Chaska now ahead. He dumps it off. Chaska will get a forward change.
He just got leveled after he did it as well.
Umshide, a fresh set of legs on the ice, comes in and applies a hit. Now here comes Yankish.
2 drop passes.
Dump pass off, saved by Stark.
Nice kick out by Stark. He also was able to get the offense going the other way.
Ben centers. Lavelle had a good look at an open net, but he fanned on it. Now Lavelle falls to the sheet.
This ice is very slippery.
Chaska comes out. Barrett on defense. Sends over for his partner for Chaska. Here comes Magnuson. Dumps it down. Stuck away, though, by Seamus Foley.
It was played with a high stick, so they're going to have it face off in their own zone. Referees call that one down. It was played with a high stick.
1-0 early here. Ethan McDonald scored his third of the year. Put Chaska up ahead. 1-0. Ryan Paul and Greg Erickson with you. Want to remind you, stick around in between periods. Us two will be chit-chatting with Eric Krauscher and Colin Jacobson about Hawks hockey and what's going on around the state. That's in between periods here after Hawks and Benilde finish period number 1. Marshall up ahead into the zone. He flings it on Stark. Stuck away. Awkward rebound off the glass. Recovered there by Messenberg, a whistle, and a hand pass to call.
One of the things that a couple of the guys talked about before the game was that it's actually quite difficult to play here when there's not people in the stands. When you shoot the puck into the glass, you're not sure how it's going to bounce off of it. You really can't see it very well. There's a lot of maroon seats you just sort of lose your depth perception, and then hand pass is going to send the face-off all the way down in the Red Knight zone.
Warner to draw for Chaska. He'll go against Messenberg for Benilde. Puck dropped quickly. Won back by the Hawks. Erickson on the blue line. Dumps it down along the half wall to Pitlick. Pitlick fails to keep the zone. Benilde sends it out. Here come the Red Knights. Messenberg up into the zone. Marshall has a shooting lane. Marshall fires right into the glove of Jack Stark.
Stark looks on his game. He's really squaring up nicely. He's looking the puck right into his glove. Not giving up a lot of rebounds here so far. When he has, he started an offensive drive actually with a nice kick save earlier.
Draw to the left of Stark. Pitlick knocks it out. McDonald sent down. Here comes Pitlick now. All by himself in the offensive zone. A fire, juicy rebound given up.
Oh, and he's absolutely leveled.
And we'll get a penalty coming up.
Absolutely leveled him back there. I can't get the number of that Mack truck, number 16. I don't know. I don't understand that
Yankish.
At all. He was absolutely making a run for him, and that is uncalled for in high school hockey.
Yankish will go to the penalty box. That'll be the first advantage on the night for Chaska.
that was designed to actually, that was intended to cause damage. That was pretty interesting. But Pitlick was able to bounce right back from it, and he's, and like, me and Dave, I guess, have the same sort of thoughts about player safety. And
Hawks on the
like
advantage, 27% this year. Kester on the blue line. Looks for a lane. Skates wide. Tape to Lavelle. Kester at the point. Fires. Never reached. Lime Sand. Now Lavelle across the Emmett center ice.
One of the subjects I hope to talk about between periods are special teams, and the Hawks have the ability to do a little special teams play right here.
Lavelle stops up at the Benilde blue line. Barrett fails to keep the zone. It's trickled out. Good defense played there by James Callahan. Now along the half wall we have a stoppage.
Offsides.
Offside the call. Chaska touched up. 127 on the penalty to Yankish, the freshman.
I don't know what they got him for. Roughing, boarding,
the draw
charging.
comes down to the left of Stark. Messenberg away for the Red Knights. Kester ties him up in the corner. Now it's behind Stark on the back wall. Here comes Kester. 12:30 to go in period number 1. Kester tape to tape up ahead. Magnuson stomps up. He took a spill. Benilde clears his zone. Kester knocks it down. Hawks will have another rush here halfway through this power play. Pitlick across the center logo. Skates in across the line. Sends over Bronson. Got it on the backhand. Tap pass up off the boards. Bronson gets it back now. He has Kester waiting at the point. Kester fights over. Finds Pitlick. Skates around. 45 ticks left in the penalty.
This is a typical set play. They're going to try to get it low down to Warner. He's going to try to feed it up to Pitlick.
Magnuson knocks into the corner, and it was a bad pass. Kester couldn't receive it. 34 seconds left, and Stark sends it all the way down.
That was very Adam Stalock-like. I'm afraid that's an icing, though, against the goalie.
Whistle comes here with 11:39 in the first period.
I think it's going to take a few shifts by each of the guys to kind of, get their blood pressure in the right zone and get the butterflies out. Like I was saying before, though, a lot of these guys are pretty loose. They're playing soccer in the concourse, things like that.
Here comes Kester now. Looks into the neutral zone, dumps to Lavelle. Lavelle up ahead with it. Lost it though. Olmscheid battles for it now along the boards against Foley. Benilde clears it out. 8 seconds left. This should do away with the power play. And it'll allow Yankish to come out of the box. 3 seconds, 2. Then we're back to even strength. Here comes Kester.
Going coast to coast.
Tried to center it off. Nobody home though. Tape to tape all the way down. Woodford into the zone. Centers off. Mortensen was waiting for it.
Oh, did you notice that he thought that he was going to deflect it the other way? He kind of left his post, and he actually left the puck. Stark left the puck on the left post there.
Puck will come down to the left of Jack Stark in net.
Kester realized when he was going coast to coast on that one that he's getting a little too deep, and that actually on a big sheet like this he had better get back. He could have, sort of...
Right off the draw shot.
He could have pressed the issue, but he got back and he was able to help break that up before Benilde could
Bronson sends around. Tried to get buried. Trickled around the boards though. Now behind, Bronson applies a big body on 28 Woodford. Sent back out to the point. Cooper Gay waits there. Bronson going at it with Woodford along the half wall. Mortensen circles around back to Woodford. Now to the point for Gay. Gay sends in. Deflected out in front. Stark slid left.
Nice cycling by Benilde.
Barry takes a spill on the far wall. Now Magnuson. Thomas taps away there. Sent around to Yankish.
Having a hard time getting out of the zone.
Something we rarely see from this Chaska team. Kicked out now to Schweitzer. Schweitzer can't handle it cleanly, and Thomas will apply some pressure. Sent down, and we'll get an icing call with 9:50 left here in the first period.
Looking around here on this side, we got a lot of parents showed up. Students seem to be on the opposite side from the Hawk rink.
Charlie Goodrich will skate onto the ice late for Chaska. Warner to draw for the Hawks. He'll go against Bischel. Tied up underneath. Bischel comes away with it. Now it's loose behind the net. Callahan recovers. Warner knocks down Callahan, allows the puck free. Bischel regathers for the Red Knights though. Sent up ahead into the neutral zone. Dumped down behind Stark now. Hawks chase Starkey rather, doing battle down there. McDonald's pass intercepted. Knocked down by a Red Knight skate. James Callahan falls back to collect it. Warner couldn't clear the zone. Starkey keeps it in. Now with Blaine Warner behind the goal line. Stuck off the puck by Sarsland.
You can tell that the size of the rink is really kind of playing a little bit of a role in the ability to make good.
Here comes Barr. Barr fired, blockered away by Jack Stark.
Yeah, the size of the sheet definitely is affecting some certain plays that these teams probably have utilized in the past. Set plays. It's harder to tell where the guy's going to be when you got a lot more room to get it there.
Draw coming stick side of the sophomore Jack Stark. Benilde wins the draw back to Marshall. Stolen away though by Lavelle. Lavelle didn't have it for long though, and it was knocked off by Seamus Foley. Foley now back to the captain, Sweetser. Back around to Seamus Foley the junior. Here comes Johnson up ahead with it now. Johnson knocked down as the puck came in. Offsides the whistle.
It's a bigger sheet for the referees too. They're really spread out. They got a lot of extra skating to do.
This a home game for the Benilde Red Knights, so they don the all-red uniforms. Chaska wearing their alternate gold uniforms. Benilde obviously with the choice of what jersey they would wear. Off the draw, forwards come in. Foley taps back around for Schweitzer on the D side. Here comes Jet Johnson now. He didn't get it cleanly. Tried to send up ahead. Nobody was there though, and Magnuson comes back for Chaska. Magnuson skates around. He's knocked down though into the glass. And now Barrett tries to clear, but he fanned on it. Holmscheid skates up ahead. There's a broken stick in the middle of the ice. Here's Marshall. Marshall fires and scores! Tie the game, Adam Marshall.
He was able to slide that one right underneath. Stark, who was sprawling to his right, left enough space underneath his legs for him to slide it underneath there. Now we're tied up at 1. Yeah, I'm not sure whose stick that was. Kester lost 2 sticks in the last contest. $300 each, he told me. So expensive afternoon for the Kester family. One of these days he'll get as many sticks for free as he wants.
Face-off off the goal, one away by the Red Knights. Here's Kester on the far boards. Turned it over in the neutral zone though. Marshall's 6th goal of the season for Benilde. Ties the game at 1 here from Mariucci Arena. Along the near board, just taken away there by Will Thompson. Thompson out in front of the net. Stuck down though. Puck comes along behind Lime Sand. Bodies fall into the Dashers. Puck finally won out. Thomas tries to keep the zone, but he can't. Here comes Conloy. Conloy up into the zone, has to touch up. Hawks send it back where Kester retreats. 7:20 to go in the first period. Kester up with speed all by himself. Kester with 3 guys to beat just dumps it down, and he'll let his new forwards chase. That's Schulle and Warner. Schulle attacks in the corner. Kester stays on. Magnuson battles for Chaska down on the other side. Goodrich now applies a body against Woodford. Those two still going at it. Woodford with a sizable height advantage on Goodrich. Loose out in front. Knocked away by Warner. Avoids a good opportunity for Benilde. Sent all the way back around the boards. And icing upcoming here.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pitlick out here in
yeah, after going down on that hit down on the other side, the hit by Yankish, Pitlick has been ill heard from. Face off, one back. Schweitzer a shot from the point. Blockered away by Stark, and Chaska clears away from the crease. Here comes McDonald now. McDonald with Chaska's goal tonight. He skates into the zone, short a man. Finally even it up now. Goodrich applies a body on the far corner. Here comes the Red Knights. Jet Johnson. Johnson up ahead. He's got Messenberg with him, stuck away by Stark. Back behind the net, Marshall chases. Marshall the goal scorer for Benilde just a couple minutes ago. Messenberg centers. Got its way through. Trying again. Tapped away though. 6 minutes to go here, first period.
The Hawks are reeling a little bit. They're not applying the pressure that they were early on in the game, and in fact, it's the Red Knights the ones doing
a rip from Schweitzer is stuck down by Stark. He sprawls and makes a save.
Yeah, I think he made a couple great saves on that series.
Fresh legs for both teams.
Pitlick is on the end of the bench down here. He's not talking to any athletic trainers or anything like that at the moment. But
Callahan loses the zone, sent back out. Lavelle comes down on the Chaska side. Lavelle sends it in front, bends with a putback. Olmscheid another one, still loose out in front of Carson Limestad, and he covers.
Boy, Olmscheid had a great opportunity there. He was just not able to keep the puck low, and it went sailing up over the goal, and the goal came off its moorings.
Draw to the left of Limestad. One away by the Red Knights. Red Knights being the dominant team from the draw so far tonight. Now into the zone. Here comes Benilde. Benz tries to jab it away from Warner. Into the corner where Bischel falls. Olmscheid pushes him down there. Now bodies collide. Erickson involved with Warner. Puck sent around. Chaska needs to go after it. Bit of a miscommunication there as Barr comes along the near wall. Lavelle clears, dumps it down towards Limestad.
You know, I think that play here on the near boards had a lot to do with the size of the rink again. You know, the players are waiting to run set plays. There's a set chip play that they run along the boards there, but it took a lot longer for the puck to get there because it's 15 feet wider at that part of the rink. And so instead of waiting for the puck, you've actually got to go get it.
Thomas for Chaska draws away. Now Schweitzer behind the goal line. Up off the boards, ahead for Cooper Gay. Gay can't collect it though, and Kester dumps it down. Pitlick down, or Schulle down there for Chaska rather. Now Thomas in the corner. Barry applies a big hit along the glass for Chaska. It's taken away though by Schweitzer. Schweitzer into the zone.
Time you said Barry applies a big hit.
Schweitzer across. Behind the net, looks to set something up. He lost it though. And here comes Schulle for Chaska. Schulle across the red line. He sends it down. Hawks will get a change. Thomas stays on and goes after it. Sent away by Sarsland.
Here comes Pitlick. He's back.
Now Pitlick back on. I'd imagine he's pretty motivated. Callahan has to get off the ice to avoid a too many men penalty. He does. Warner now at the blue line sends down Schulle or McDonald in the corner.
That
McDonald
also negated the icing.
Limestad, yep. Here comes Messenberg now. He's knotted up in the neutral zone. Pitlick doing work there. Here comes Marshall now. Marshall into the zone. Stuck down by Magnuson. Loose puck recovered by Kester. Taps it up just out of the reach of Rhett Pitlick, and we get icing.
That one is going to go for icing. 3 minutes, 42 seconds left in this first period. We're not using the big giant scoreboard up above the center ice. We've got a very little one. It's probably even half the size of the one at Chaska Arena down here at the end of the ice.
Olmscheid in the dot for Chaska going against Messenberg. Back along the wall. Drove in by Johnson. Loose out in front.
That was an excellent opportunity for the Red Knights.
Corralled by Benz, who dumps down and will allow Lavelle to chase. Lavelle gets a friendly bounce off the back wall. Body's tied up behind, and Benilde comes away. Here comes Messenberg up across. Finds Johnson. Over to Marshall. Blocked down by Magnuson. Now puck up on top of the boards. Olmscheid applies a body. Ben's still going after it. He takes a spill. Puck cleared out. Down icing ahead once more.
Yeah, Messenberg just threw Benz on that last play. Benz tried to check him off the puck, and Messenberg said, "I don't think so."
One goal for either team so far. Adam Marshall scored for Benilde. Not before Ethan McDonald scored for Chaska, though, and with 3 minutes to go in the first period, we're all square at 1. Thomas in for Chaska. Still loose off of it. Thomas comes away, and now it's Schulle up ahead. Schulle into the blue line, sends around. Barry out there. Those two work well together. Schulle, a big body. Knocking down Conloy. Benilde try to get it out, and they do. Schulle, another big body.
Schulle's been pretty
throwing
active.
His weight around.
Yep.
Bronson on the near side. The senior looks for an option, finds it off for Thomas. Thomas loses it, though, and he turns it over to Brady Gertson. Now in Will Thompson, blocked down by Stark. Behind the play, Thompson works around. Schweitzer sends in one time, just over the glove. Charlie Bischel at an open net, upper left corner. Yeah, too high. Tipped out in front. Stark gives it up. Now he covers. And we pause. Some bodies being tied in front.
Yeah, they're going to blow it down. Even though the puck came loose, the referee did see that Stark had covered it.
Hands still being exchanged. Stark skates away.
And it looks like we're going to get a couple of penalties here. Probably coincidental. We'll still probably be skating 5-on-5 here, though. They're going to get Bronson.
Bronson will go as
Bischel.
Will Charlie Bischel. So coincidental roughing minors, I'd assume. For those extracurriculars going on after the whistle. And with a 1-1 tie with 2:07 in the first period.
They'll be able to come back on the ice after the first whistle after 7 seconds.
Well, assuming no. Well, yes. Away with it. Pitlick. Lost it, though. Now down into the corner. Chaska's Barrett recollects for the Hawks. Magnuson now. Sends up ahead, avoids a body. Mortensen collides on the glass. Puck in the neutral zone. Won by the Red Knights. They can't enter, though. Mortensen there. Backs up for Callahan. Callahan loses it. Pitlick harasses him there. Good thing Jonah Mortensen's able to help out, though. Now Gay up into the zone all by himself. Cooper Gay, backhand on Stark, and he got it. Stark got a good piece of it and knocked it away. 1:28 to go. Tripping penalty coming up. As soon as Chaska touches up. Limesand to the bench, an extra guy on for the Red Knights, and we'll get a penalty here against the Hawks. It'll be tripping.
Yeah, that was another excellent opportunity for Benilde. That's several excellent scoring chances that they've had here in this first period.
Magnuson sent off, I would assume for tripping, with 1:18 in the first period, so Benilde will be on an advantage. Where they have an 18.2% success rate. Chaska kills off 87% of the time. Greg, we were talking about it off the air, but Chaska, this season, 12 shorthanded goals. It's been a very strong part of their game.
It has been. It's mainly because of the team they're gonna, their special teams group that they're gonna be putting out here.
Callahan out in front, loose. Nobody can find it. Now it's jabbed away as we go 65 seconds. Hawks clear the zone. Lavelle tries to chase. Stuck away though by James Callahan. Now off to Marshall. Still in neutral zone. Pass back for Callahan.
Usually we'll see Pitlick on a...
44 seconds left, a whistle and icing.
Usually we'll see Pitlick on the...
Yeah, Pitlick's minutes decreased
PK.
here after that hit that he took down on the far side.
Yep, we've
Draw to the left of Limesand.
Warnert and Benz are the forwards.
Warnert wins back to Benz. Now they clear it out.
Trying to drop it back, but
Waste
Kester
some time.
retreated.
Waste some time off the penalty. Warnert up ahead. He was skating the wrong way though and had Benz coming towards him. Now he flubs it up ahead where Benz is waiting. Benz not too urgent to get it in the zone. Now it's turned over though, and here comes Adam Marshall. Marshall with one man to beat. Kester pokes it away. 20 seconds left.
Kester went down to his knees there and just sort of tried to swipe it away.
Behind the net. Now it comes out to the point where Marshall waits. Marshall sends off for Schweitzer. Schweitzer a drive just behind the net. 8 seconds remain. Benilde should get one more chance here. Here's Marshall once again out in front as the clock expires on the first period. Chaska and Benilde St. Margaret's all tied at 1. First period thoughts, Greg?
Well, I mean, the Hawks jumped out to that early lead, similar to what they did in the first meeting between these two teams earlier in the year on January 19th. But then Benilde really kind of took control of the contest. Not only did they get a score after that, but they also they kind of had more scoring chances and more time in the offensive zone than the Hawks did.
After Pitlick kind of got his minutes decreased after taking that hit, I thought Chaska kind of fell behind the 8 ball. We'll step aside momentarily and we'll come back and chat with Eric Krauscher of the Chaska Herald. Don't go anywhere. This is Hawks Hockey on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative
Whole seeding process, and they
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
CHBN, we are at 3M Arena at Mariucci. It's the Chaska Hawks against Benilde St. Margaret. Eric, the game was canceled due to weather of some sort. I can't remember if this was the cold snap or the snow or the
let out school early on
yeah,
Thursday.
There you go. So unable to get ice time anywhere else. So here we are at 3M Arena at Mariucci. Eric, this game has implications not only just for the Southwest Metro Conference, but also the section seating. Kind of run our viewers through some of the ways that works.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of it is you look at head-to-head. And these two teams are not in the same section, but you go, okay, well, this team beat this team. Did that team beat this team? You know, right now Chaska's in that 2-3 spot. They're definitely not going to drop below that.
In Section 2 AA.
So, I mean, you got Minnetonka #1. They're going to be the #1 seed no matter what. Then you're looking at Chaska, Eden Prairie. And a lot of teams go, Eden Prairie's in that Lake Conference. They're playing Edina twice.
Perennial
Minnetonka
favorites,
twice.
great team.
Correct. And so I think they get that bump. But they forget that Chaska handily beat them in December. I think it was like 6-2. Eden Prairie beat this Benilde squad 4-2 on Saturday. So that's one thing that I look at. If Chaska loses twice to Benilde,
Right.
EP can go, we beat Benilde.
Right.
You know, so there's those head-to-head type things that you look at.
One of the things that head-to-head was interesting a little bit earlier in the season, a few games ago, was Benilde actually lost to Jefferson,
Yep.
a team that Chaska handled quite handily twice.
Yep. And I think that just, you know, you catch a team on a bad day. I mean, you look at this Chaska squad, and they've lost some games, you just scratch your head.
Right.
You know, and
Buffalo,
I think that, yeah.
Centennial.
I mean,
one of the
Sartell,
Eveleth.
Gilbert.
Right.
I mean, you know, there's been some losses. You're like, okay, the Rosemont squad is much improved. Centennial's always had a good program. So there's some losses where you go, okay, but there's always going to be one loss
Sure.
on your schedule. You're just like,
Well,
just
and one
chalk
of
it
the-
up to a bad game.
One of the when the Hawks lost to Benilde the first time this season, that was kind of in that chunk of time when they weren't quite performing up to par. The Hawks did some things like they concentrated on defense, and they also rearranged their lines a little bit.
Yep.
One of the things that I wanted to chat with you about was the Blaine Warner and Rhett Pitlick line. These two guys working together, it's amazing to watch them play. They haven't had an opportunity to do much out here yet tonight, but I expect great things out of them moving forward for the rest of the season and into the playoffs.
Well, we really saw it that Minnetonka game. I mean, that line stood out, where they almost single-handedly gave them a chance to win that game. They got the lucky goal
Right.
to make it 2-1, but every time they were on the ice, they were creating opportunities. And so I think you look at Rhett, amazing skater, but you got to have somebody who can skate
You
with
do.
them. And,
Yeah.
and I talked to Blaine earlier this year. I think his skating, I mean, he finishes out his his shift. He does a nice job. He's not just the body in front of the net anymore. You know, he's really elevated his game. And Rhett's a special player. I mean, even though he missed some shifts here, you can just see the speed. Everybody else looks really slow on this ice.
You bet.
Rhett is zooming
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
And Coach Motzko from the Gophers is right there. He's got to be licking his chops.
No doubt about that. Well, in the Pitlick name, Lance Pitlick.
Yep.
Maybe a little known fact. Lance Pitlick, who's on the bench for the Hawks, one of the assistant coaches for Dave Snuggerud.
Yep.
Lance Pitlick played with Dave Snuggerud
Yep.
in this building,
yeah.
in 1986 and
Was it?
1987.
No, it wasn't this building.
Okay,
it
well, it was in this spot.
The old Mariucci.
Was it in this spot?
I think
Yeah,
so.
Okay. It was on that surface.
Yes.
And so obviously their relationship goes back a long time together. And Pitlick family, you know, they've got Tyler Pitlick, who plays for the Dallas Stars. Lance played several years.
Yeah,
in
and Rem is one
and
of the
then-
top goal scorers
and
here
then,
for
of
the
course,
Gophers.
Brother Rem, on the ice here wears a Golden Gophers sweater. So I'm positive that the University Golden Gophers are excited to get Rhett Pitlick in a Golden Gopher sweater.
Yeah, and I think Lance. I mean, if you watch the bench, he's not the big vocal
Nope,
guy.
not at all.
But I bet in practice, he's he's passing along what he's got, and so I think for Coach Snuggerud, who's not the big let me do everything type coach, he delegates. I think anytime you can add a guy like an NHLer like Lance Pitlick, you're adding just more knowledge that can be passed on to these kids, and you have some high-level players on this team. So it's really good to have guys like that who've been to that next level, who can kind of just share what they know.
And not only that, but challenge them a little bit. And you have seen that. I think the growth in someone like Blaine Warner,
Oh, yeah.
it's been amazing over even just the last year alone.
Absolutely.
I think one of the things that, when they said, oh, well, he's, committed and he's going somewhere, D1, all these D1 prospects. Okay, well, he's fast,
Yep.
he's big, he's, this guy is this guy is that. Now all of a sudden you're starting to see these guys get all the packages, all of the skills. When you see Blaine Warner out there, he can distribute the puck, he knows how to find guys,
Yep.
but also one of the things that I think he does that is amazing is the open space when he doesn't have the puck. Getting to the open spot, getting to a play, and the Pitlick and Warner know where each other are
Yep.
all the time.
Yeah, and they love to run that outlet pass for Rhett to get breakaways. But, Blaine, like I was saying before, he's kind of rounded out his game. There was a play there in the first period where he reached back, tipped the puck at the blue line, kept entry out for Red Knights, where Benilde might have had a 3-on-2.
Right.
Those are the type of plays where he's getting back in the play. He's contributing all around the ice, and
good back checking. Good hockey IQ. Just not letting them.
Correct. So I think Blaine's honestly had maybe the most improved year. I mean, you look at his numbers, very similar over the last couple years, but he's doing a lot more for his team, and that's what you expect from a captain.
Sure. Well, some other topics. I don't know how long Ryan's going to let us talk here tonight, but
we got one Zamboni doing.
Yeah, we got one
ice.
Zamboni. It could take another hour, folks. No, it's not
I don't know if the viewers are pointing at, but when we had that great section championship here last year, Minnetonka and the Holy Family, it took a period and a half for us to see good hockey.
Okay.
I mean, you
just
can see
their hearts are in their throat.
It's such a difference.
Yeah.
The zone is bigger.
Sure.
And so for a defenseman, you have to remember that where you usually stand.
Right.
Well, the blue line's now 10 feet longer, and so a lot of shots last year were from this point. The blue line. Well, it's 10 feet longer.
It's a bigger difference than people can realize.
Yep. And so, you just see it today. The passing's been off a little bit.
Yep.
The skating, everyone's losing their feet. There's just a lot of things. Monday. How many Monday games do they play?
Right.
So,
and the Hawks and the Benilde had games on Saturday.
Yeah, so I think you're seeing kind of a sloppy game at this point.
And Benilde actually has played here more than once, I believe, this year. This is not the first time they've played here. So,
well, yeah, and so I think they have the advantage with that. But Chaska, you get this intermission, and you go, hey, we just need to relax, get back to playing our style hockey.
And I think some of that could come from the likes of Lance Pitlick, the assistant coach for the Chaska Hawks. A couple of the other things that I wanted to talk about. I think we talked about the ups and downs. Is this still on, Ryan?
There you go.
All right, here we go.
You good? All right, keep going.
Hey, it's live, free internet television. One of the things that we wanted to talk about a little bit was the defense core here for the Chaska Hawks. Mike Kester, we haven't talked a lot about him yet here. Mike, in my opinion, is a phenomenal offensive-minded defensive man. You saw a few times here tonight where he was skating up with the puck and he was really trying to quarterback the whole offense from the defensive position, looking to distribute the puck or looking to get it deep, scoring. How many assists does this guy have?
Yeah,
I think
he's
he
got a lot
leads the
for his
world
career.
in assists.
I just think that it runs through Mike. And in general, the defense. If the defense is playing well, this team wins ball games or hockey games. When they have struggled with maintaining where they're supposed to be on the ice, they're letting up breakaways. They're letting up even the goal right there. Bad turnover.
Right.
Nobody got back.
Right.
Goal. And so I think this team goes as far as that back end, and that includes goaltending. Yep. You talked about the stretch of hockey. Well, it's inconsistent goaltender. Jack Stark is a sophomore who is learning to play at this level.
Great
He was
point.
a very good Bantam, goaltender. But you can even see today he's got 10, 12 games under his belt. There was a couple times where he's flopping around hoping the puck was underneath him.
No doubt about it.
And Justin's a 3-sport athlete. He had a great season last year. But he also prepared to be the starting quarterback of a state football team.
And he's preparing to be a baseball player here soon,
and he's
too.
not, he's not getting the everyday work. So I just,
Great
it's the
points.
one thing that, someday I might talk to the coaches, but they just haven't locked in on one goaltender,
Right.
and they've kind of just done this every other, and we'll see. But
That we
they're
will.
going to need good goaltending and good defense, and it starts with Mike. Mike, you can see it even this year a little bit. He's been more of a defensive that defenseman. So, because he knows they have to be stronger in that zone.
No doubt about it. Well, we're going to step aside here. This is the first intermission of the Chaska Hawks versus the Benilde St. Margaret team. This is Greg Erickson. I'm here with Eric Krauscher. We'll be back to you with Puck Drop in just a few minutes.
I'm Captain Mike Kester, and you're watching Hawks Hockey on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
And we're back from 3M Arena at Mariucci. Ryan Paul here with you, with Greg Erickson. Greg, great job with the intermission report with Eric Krauscher. Want to thank him for coming on. We're getting ready to drop the puck on the second period of hockey here. Chaska and Benilde tied at 1 after 17 minutes.
Downtown Minneapolis, we can see the University of Minnesota campus right out the big windows here, and Stark takes his place on our right. Hawks will be moving from right to left.
Yes, they will, and Benilde wins the opening draw, and here they come. All red uniforms. Goal from them scored by the freshman, Adam Marshall. Benilde starts on the power play for 29 seconds. Out at the point now, Schweitzer sends across for Marshall. It's Magnus into the box for a tripping penalty.
Stark left up a juicy rebound there. You know what, though? What a great play there, though, where he was able to realize that the puck was likely going to bounce off the dasher strangely. Puck went up into the air and almost came down right in front of the net. He wisely stuck his catching mitt out and grabbed the puck before it could enter the goal of the mouth of the goal.
Chaska draws. Lavelle there for the Hawks, the future Wisconsin Badger, playing on enemy territory at the moment. Back out of the point, Benilde in the advantage for 7 more seconds. Shot in, stuck down by Stark. A second chance by Messenberg. Went wide.
Another big rebound out there for Stark.
Broken stick and a shot from the point, and here comes Chaska. Here comes Magnuson right out of the box. Backhand stick save by Limesand. He covers.
Boy, another great opportunity right out there by Bronson. Right after the shot.
Some more pleasantries being exchanged behind the goal.
More gentlemen will be sitting in the box. Looks like it's going to be Bronson again.
Bronson will go as well as Seamus Foley. Bronson went with Yankish earlier in the period.
I love these conversations that they have as they skate over to the box. I didn't do it. Did you? No. No, you did it. I didn't do it.
Warner in to draw for Chaska.
5-on-5 hockey, by the way.
Face off. Still nobody grabs it. Now Warner finally will get it back. Sent in. McDonald out in front. Redirected it. 1 minute in here to the second period. From 3M at Mariucci. Again, I'm Ryan Paul. Joined by Greg Erickson if you're just joining us. Chaska and Benilde tied at 1. Warner on front. Shot on. Saved by Limesand.
Well, I just don't
understand. And they're tied up again.
I just don't understand this Benilde mentality here. I mean, okay, you're standing in front of the goalie. You're not whacking at him. You know, you're not whacking at a rebound. You're just standing there, and two guys come up and put their fists in your face. It's one of the things about this, the pro game and this level that just sort of drive me nuts a little bit.
Warner stays on for Chaska. He'll go against Woodford.
You notice that Pitlick is not on his line this time.
Dave Snuggerud having a conversation with the referee.
Probably talking about the exact same thing I was just talking about. But I'm sure he's much more reasoned and intelligent discussing the issue.
And that conversation will break, and we'll be back to hockey here. So Warner in.
So Bauer Berry on the line with Blaine Warner.
One out by the Red Knights. Here they come. Cooper Gay up ahead. Gay. Shot knocked down. Berry, you just mentioned, knocks it away. Here comes Warner now across the red into the blue. Dumps it off the wall. Check that. McDonald knocks it across. Now Warner in the corner. Battles for it with Thompson. Warner, the only one in yellow down there, needs some help. Finally the puck comes away. Sent up ahead. McDonald tried to steer it away. Instead it was Will Thompson who knocks it ahead for the Red Knights. Now behind Magnuson. Barrett battles in the corner. Sent up ahead. McDonald will get away for Barry. Barry dumps and will come off for a change. Kester back on for Chaska. Charlie Goodrich skates on. Kester keeps his own. Stick work behind the play, loses it and gives up on it. Sends it back around for Benilde. Messenberg across the ice for Callahan, the sophomore. Callahan up into the zone. Centers. Stuck down. Messenberg had a good look. I tell you, Messenberg's had a lot of good scoring chances here tonight.
Yes, he has. Very active in the offensive zone for the Knights.
The blue line, shot knocked down. Marshall gathers for Benilde. Marshall skates around now at the point. Shot in. Never caught Stark. Back out, Benilde still on the no, there's two guys in the box still. The roughing penalties. It's Warner.
5-on-5 hockey.
Or Bronson in for Chaska, sorry. And with 14-12 to go, you get a face-off. Icing the call.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a handle on these line, the shuffling that Dave Snuggerud and his coaching staff have had to make on the lines here.
Bischel goes against Olmscheid. Chaska wins it back. Up ahead, Benz. Gets it in the neutral zone, finds it away for Olmscheid. The junior skates in. He's bodied on by Sarsland. Now in the corner. Benz tried to center it off. Lavelle one time! Smothered by Limesand.
Well, the Hawks are doing a great job trying to get that puck centered out front. Lavelle was all by himself in the slot. His shot went right into the midsection of the goaltender, though.
Bronson and Foley come out of the box. Bronson will head to the bench. Foley onto the ice. And with 13:55, Olmscheid wins the faceoff for Chaska, sends over to Magnuson. Magnuson skates in, backhand, pass over to Barrett. Barrett from the point, redirected, just wide of Limesand. Here comes Schweitzer now, up ahead for Bischel. Now behind the goal line, Bischel takes a hard spill, knocked off the puck, and Benz comes off for an out. Here comes Chaska. Lavelle up into the zone. Lavelle will try to knock one on Limesand. He blocked it away, though.
Great hustle by Lavelle there to get to that puck that was sneaking down the ice there.
Up ahead, Warner. Shot on, blocked away by Stark. Here comes Lavelle now for Chaska. They got a 3-on-2. Lavelle up into the zone, rips one wide. Benz will try to gather the rebound for the Hawks, sends it back. Nobody there though for Chaska. They were in the midst of a change. 13 minutes to go, second period. Blaine Warner, fresh legs on the ice, steals it away, drives into the corner. Tries to center it off.
Two Hawks are out front.
There's Kester. Kester drives in, flings one on. Glove saved by Limesand.
Boy, both McDonald and Barry were there in front. Both of them had a whack at it. And then Kester comes up from the blue line, and he had a whack at it.
12:51 to go, middle period. Chaska, number 15 team in Class 2. Benilde, number 8. Draw one away by the Red Knights. Yankish up ahead in the neutral zone. Stuck off of it. Bronson gathers for Chaska. Sends over to Kester. Kester up ahead. Nobody there to receive it though. Icing ahead.
Yeah, you can tell that he hesitated there for a minute. He's like, I want to send this one up the near boards, but nobody was home, so he was forced to sort of just send it down the ice. He was hoping that slow enough somebody would be able to catch up, but instead it is icing. Face-off is going to be to the left of John Stark. Jack Stark, sorry.
John Starkey, Jack Stark.
Yeah.
Have a broken stick that has been collected on the near side here for Chaska, and Pitlick, now sitting on the bench, is finally going to be checked out by what looks like an athletic trainer. Interesting that it took until now for Pitlick to be checked out. We haven't called his name much. He got hit hard in the first period, and he hasn't seen the ice very much since. Kester, defensive side for Chaska. Quick shot in the gut. Hawks unable to clear. Mortensen out in front. Bodied down off the puck by Warner. Here comes Barry now in the neutral zone. Barry across the blue line. Slings it in. Never reached Limesand though. Now puck in the corner is loose. Collected by Cooper Gay. Schweitzer up ahead with it, the captain. Sends ahead Gay. Gay into the zone. Backhand poked away. Good defensive play there by Charlie Goodrich for Chaska. McDonald sprawls to clear. He's unsuccessful though. Kester backhands it around. Bronson taps up ahead. McDonald. Goodrich slings it down and dumps Chaska. Gonna get a couple changes. Thomas tries to center. Goodrich. Limesand was out of his crease. Goodrich was waiting for it. Good defensive play to poke it away though. Johnson up ahead. Jet Johnson drives in. Puck blocked down in front by Mike Kester. Now a shot from the point, stuck away by Stark. Tie up in the near corner. Barrett down there for Chaska, clears away to Kester. Turnover in the neutral zone. Chaska gets it back though. Goodrich dumps once again. Got it right to Seamus Foley, however. Across the red line into the zone. Dump pass. Wide of Stark. Sarsland recollects. He's bodied off. Big shoulder check by Benz. Now Kester. Knocked it down from Meisenberg. Meisenberg in the corner looking for a centering option. Hit hard into the boards. Sarsland lost it to the neutral zone. Finds it back for Foley on the defensive side. Here come the Red Knights. Johnson in. Puck stuck down. Comes all the way down Limesand. Will knock it away with 10.5 to go here in the second period. Lavelle drive in wide.
The Red Knights seem to certainly have a command for this larger sheet than the Hawks do right now.
Lavelle steals it away on the offensive side. Backhand down Limesand. Right to the gut. 10-11 left, and Limesand been solid tonight.
Yep, very
solid goaltending all around.
Yep, he's been squaring up on the puck. He's not letting a lot of rebounds go. Benilde's been able to break it out of their zone, and they've been doing a very good job down in the offensive zone.
Olmscheid loses the draw. Schweitzer comes away for Benilde, sends all the way up ahead, icing. A quick call here.
That one didn't click. But I guess my point is that Benilde is setting up some good plays down in their offensive zone.
Been some good scoring chances for both teams.
Scoring chances. They're also passing well.
Yep. Still a 1-1 tie. Both goals coming in the first period. Marshall for the Red Knights. McDonald for Chaska. Right off the draw. Lavelle centers. Couldn't find anybody though. Erickson plays the puck on the neutral zone. Dumps it in. Yankish collects for the Red Knights. Now the Red Knights force it in. Bischel knocks it away. Olmscheid with it on the defensive blue. Here comes Olmscheid now. Olmscheid with Magnuson. Olmscheid sends it away. Loose into the corner. Karam's around the back wall. Benz retrieves for Chaska. Olmscheid applies an elbow. 9.5 to go. Lavelle going for a body. Benilde clears.
If Lavelle would have seen the puck at his feet instead of going for the body, he would have had an opportunity there.
Here comes Benilde. Another dump pass. Schweitzer on the backhand. Good poke check by Erickson. Now a scrum in the corner. Magnuson gets it away. Sends it all the way down and icing the call.
Yeah, it's just harder to get to these pucks. You try to send it around the boards. You think you've got a winger over there. He's there, but you just can't get to Barry.
Sorry if we lost you there for a moment. You didn't miss much. Back in action here. 1-1 tie. Out in front. Shot on. Stark knocks it away. Another shot on Stark. Stuck away. Barry the sophomore, the junior, comes ahead with Mike Kester. Kester with a man to beat. Knocked off the puck.
Tried to put that one through his legs.
Yep, good defense by Benilde. 8:10 to go here in the second period. Tie up along the Benilde boards, and we get a penalty coming. It'll be interference, I'm going to imagine. It will be, and I think they're going to get Bauer Barry.
Yeah, he was just basically being rubbed out into the Benilde St. Margaret bench, but he was the one being rubbed out, but he's the one getting called on the penalty.
Well, I think he stayed on the body for a little too long after the puck had left the area, and that's what the referee saw, and we get another advantage for Benilde.
8 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this second period. So far, just sort of a back and forth game. Not a lot of advantage to any one team. The Hawks are going to definitely have to do everything they can to kill this one. They don't have Red Pitlick on the ice.
Barrett tied up as he was trying to wind on it. Schweitzer sends across. Barr shot in. Pad down by Stark, and Kester clears.
Nice rebound right out to Kester, who just flung it down the length of the ice.
Here come the Red Knights again. Schweitzer with the man advantage. Sends up Messenberg. Taps back to Schweitzer. Schweitzer into the corner for Barr. Barr back to the point for Callahan. Now over for Schweitzer. Schweitzer gets it down for Marshall. Back to the point. Benilde working it around well. Mussenberg at the top. Schweitzer. A rip. Fanned on by Marshall though. Hawks fail to clear. Whistle. We'll get a penalty coming. Hooking call.
Coach for Benilde St. Margaret's isn't going to like that that he's got a player in the offensive zone while on the power play to go off for a hooking.
Blake Messenberg points in 8 straight of points in 8 straight of the last games. Goes off 2 minutes for hooking. We'll play 4-on-4 hockey. So a lot of extra space out on the ice now.
Yeah,
Olympic sheet and 4-on-4. Short shifts here. Ben's in for Chaska, trying to get it forward. Won though by Bischel. Bischel comes, he's got Bronson to beat. Bronson knocks him down.
Bronson squared up on him and nicely bodied him out of the way.
Bischel trying to regain his footing, couldn't do it though. Now puck behind. Bischel going against Kester, out in front, good opportunity, nice save by Stark. Charlie Warner
well, I tell you
had
what,
a goal teed up.
Yeah, Charlie Warner was all by himself out there. It was a beautiful pass, hit him right in the stick, but wasn't able to get it past.
Ben skates ahead, puck knocked off his stick by Seamus Foley. Here comes Brady Yankish now. Yankish harassed by Warner. Bronson here for Chaska. Taps up ahead. Kester forward with it. Kester tries to center. Ben's just under the legs of Ethan Benz, and Benilde comes away. Jet Johnson into the zone. Johnson has Warner with him. Good poke away by Warner. For Chaska though, 2 Warners out there, 1 for either team. Blaine for the Hawks, Charlie for the Red Knights.
Bronson also helping out on the scrum down in the corner.
Far side, still 4-on-4 here. Chaska comes out and it's a Hawk power play. As Barry has left the box. Kester
another
loses
40
it though.
seconds left.
40 seconds left on the power play, you're right.
Yep.
Barry now, fresh out of the box. With it, he skates up ahead across the red line, dumps away. Shot, give and go. Barry never had a clean on the stick. He falls to the sheet now. No penalty coming. Hawks want one. Stays in the zone and Benilde clears. Runs some time off that penalty. 16 seconds left. Hawks might have time for one more rush.
5.5 to go in this period as well.
Kester knocked off there. Now it's up to Sholey. Sholey can't handle it cleanly. Sholey falls to the ice, and this penalty will be killed off by the Red Knights. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Stark comes out of the crease, gives to Lavelle. Up off the glass of Karam. Struck down by James Callahan. 5:05 to go in the period. Barrett in the corner, trying to get it for Chaska. Has Conloy on his back. Actually, it's Messenberg on his back. Puck still loose behind the play. Olmscheid now down there for Chaska. He tries to bat it away with his skate.
He's battling 2 Red Knights down there.
Puck sent down to the neutral zone. Benilde going to set something up. Here comes Callahan. Callahan in the zone. Magnuson checked him off of it though. Puck lasered down behind Stark. Lavelle tries to clear. Can't, but he gets possession of it. Flings it up out into the neutral area. Glove down by Brady Yankish, who flings it behind Stark. Magnuson regathers for Chaska. Takes a stick up high. Now Lavelle tried to whale one out of the Chaska zone. Barrett behind the net, goes back to Lavelle. That's Magnuson rather. Now Barrett. Then here's Lavelle. Lavelle up in. Down a man. Lavelle fires straight away on Carson Limesand, who covers up.
Yeah, Lavelle was forced to take somewhat of a longer shot than he might have wanted to it originally, but there was a couple of Benilde St. Margaret defenders there waiting for him. So.
Last goal came at 8:56 of the first period. Adam Marshall scored his 6th of the year. Messenberg on the assist with Foley. Chaska scored their goal 125 in. Ethan McDonald got his 3rd of the year. That's where we sit now with 4:05 here in the middle period. Thomas draws for Chaska. Back out to Schweitzer. Under 4 to play. Up ahead Benilde comes. Cooper Gay into the zone. Dumps away. Woodard. Shot on. Blocked away by Stark, and Erickson helps him out. Thomas. Pushed off of it. Sarsland. Loses the zone. Here comes Charlie Goodrich. Goodrich dumps down. He'll chase himself. Going against Schweitzer. Goodrich knots it up along the boards.
He's content to just sort of freeze it there along the board.
3.5 to go. Referee instructing them to move it. Now the pile moves off, and the puck comes free. Barry trying for Goodrich. 3:19 to go. Barry back with it. Let me tell you, Barry's been a good presence out there with in the absence of Rhett Pitlick.
Yeah, Barry's had to fill in a lot of shoes here.
Erickson went one wide. Barry tried to center off the back wall. Cooper Gay comes away for the Red Knights. Gay all by himself in the Chaska zone. Tried to fling one on. Never reached Stark though. Now the puck comes clear. Icing is waved off.
Went it between the legs of the defender, number 19, Callahan.
McDonald down for Chaska, going against Woodford. Now Warner out in front. Here's Blaine Warner. Sends in, knocked away by Limesand. Warner a second chance. Also a save by Carson Limesand. Kessler fails to keep the zone. Starkey just on for Chaska, sends it back to him. Sholey on the defensive side. Gives it up for Warner. Warner taps it into the zone to avoid icing. McDonald chases for Chaska. McDonald goes behind the net. Nobody there though for the Hawks. Now Olmscheid sends it along where Sholey's behind the net. 2:20 in the period. Centering pass. Nobody home.
That went right past Olmscheid.
Here comes Benilde now. Charlie Bischel into the zone. Bischel tried to go through the legs. Nothing doing there. Olmscheid taps ahead for Chaska. Here's Kester. Kester skates through the neutral zone. Dumps it down. Sholey chases for Chaska. Puck takes an awkward bounce off the referee. Barr has to deal with it. Now Olmscheid's tied up with Barr along the dashers. Puck frozen there. Sholey also involved. Olmscheid going to try to poke it 3. Nothing much happening in that far wall now. We'll see if the referee blows it dead. No, it looks like they're going to keep playing. Messenberg comes in and drives off of it. Warner taps up ahead for Messenberg. Messenberg there with Sarsland. No, it's Foley actually. Kester comes away. Nearly a turnover, but Olmscheid's able to corral it. Puck poked free. Olmscheid gets it back on the offensive side, drags it down, and we get a whistle.
He held it too long when it was up in front of him. He didn't get it right down.
Tried to toss it down to him a little too late. With 1:18 to go, a face-off will come out into the neutral zone.
Things are starting to loosen up a little bit here in at the end of this period, but it sure was tight the first half. And
hope you're enjoying our coverage. Ryan Paul, I'm Ryan Paul. He's Greg Erickson. We'll have Eric Krauscher back here, hopefully, for the intermission report. Warner jabs it up ahead for Chaska off the face-off. 1:15 left in the second period. No goals here in this second 17 minutes of play. Warner fails to knock it down. Johnson up ahead. Here comes Marshall. Johnson couldn't get it on the stick, or else he would have had a good look at Elaine. 60 seconds left in the second period of hockey here from 3M Arena at Mariucci. Barrett being messed with. Finally poked off. Loose puck knocked down there by Callahan though. Now Warner in the offensive zone. Puck jabbed away from him by Schweitzer. Red Knights have it up ahead. Messenberg. Backhand Messenberg looking for a chance. Stuck away and Benilde scores!
He was decoying as though he was going to try to go in and shoot backhanded, but instead he was just going for a backhanded pass.
Stark knocked it right to a Benilde forward behind the net, and it was an easy put away for the Red Knights, and they have a 2-1 advantage here late in the second period.
Yeah, they've really used the size of this rink to their advantage compared to the Hawks. They've really been able to understand how to get into those big wide open spaces and find the guy.
Takes the wind out of Chaska's sails for whatever they had going into the locker room here. With 27 seconds left, they would obviously want to knot this game before we have to play the third period. Sent out in front again. Mortensen another try.
Well, the Red Knights are really trying to get yet another one here going into the intermission.
10 seconds left. Chaska up ahead with it. Here's McDonald. McDonald, the only goal scorer of the night for the Hawks so far. 7 seconds left. Puck down in the Chaska zone. Bronson sends it behind, and this will pretty much do it for the second period. Time is going to expire after 2 periods of play. Benilde has a 2-1 lead on Chaska. We're going to step aside here, and when we come back, we'll have Eric Krauscher and Greg Erickson for you on the GSH Asset Management Intermission Report. You're watching Hawks Hockey on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
Hi, Greg Erickson here, Intermission Report. Benilde St. Margaret and the Chaska Hawks. We're here at 3M Arena And I've got Eric Krauscher again with Southwest Media.
Southwest News Media.
Southwest News Media. In other words, the
Chaska Herald.
the star, the sports star for the Southwest metro area. Thoughts on the second period, Eric? I guess we can do general and then maybe get into specifics.
Shows you the kind of impact that Red Pitlick has in this team.
Sure
you
does.
You take him out and just shuffles the lines, that chemistry that you've built. It's one guy off, and so in this big sheet of ice, when you're down, maybe your best offensive star.
Sure.
It showed that period. I mean, Chaska was hanging on for dear life almost. It seems better period for Jack Stark. I thought he played well, made some saves.
A little bit more centered, a little bit more. He did leave out some rebounds.
He did, but overall better period for him. Defense was better. But right now Benilde just looks like the more deeper team, I guess.
They do. And Chaska had 10 shots on goal in that period. Benilde St. Margaret had 11. Might have been a little bit, as you said, maybe generous. Of course, when you're going down and getting the kind of scoring chances, if you maybe just get a couple scoring chances, maybe you're whacking at the puck, getting a couple shots here and there. I thought Blaine Warner stepped up in that period, but one man can't do it all by himself.
Yeah, and I Ethan McDonald, we talked the last intermission about Blaine being maybe the most improved player. Ethan McDonald's also a big part. I mean, I saw his skating there. He was doing a really nice job, and so he obviously had the first goal of the game. He's really elevated his game too. But in a type of game like this, the two guys I came to really watch today, Rhett Pitlick, because of his speed, and Shane Lavelle just loves to skate. I mean,
right.
And so I think Shane, the scoring's got to maybe come from him in this period. He's just got to remember, get inside the dots a little bit more. He loves to fire that puck from the outside.
That was one of the things that I had mentioned during the broadcast, is that Shane Lavelle skated down the rink. However, once he gained the blue line, he noticed a whole sea of red knights in front of him, and so he took a longer shot. It was glove down, saved, and we're having a face-off.
Yeah, and Benilde's done a great job of their defense. I mean, Mike Kester's gotten in a couple times, and he's just been bodied up. They're not playing the puck; they're playing the body.
Right.
Just the way a Ken Pauley team should play. So I think Chaska's got to use a little bit more of a passing style instead of
and I think that's
one-on-one.
Exactly what Benilde is doing in the offensive zone. You see that they're really spreading out. They're going into four corners, and they're just tic-tac-toeing back and forth. That goal there by
Nate Schweitzer.
Yep, Schweitzer's goal. I can't remember who it is who passed it to him, but he was going in for a backhand, and instead of shooting the puck on net, he saw Schweitzer behind in the and used his backhand to pass it over to him. He was wide open for the tip in.
Yeah, and Schweitzer's one of their top players. He's headed to Colorado College at some point here. I was remarking to somebody downstairs, you see why kids go from high school to juniors. I mean, you look at this game.
They're not ready to
how many of these kids are ready to play college hockey in an ice like this next year? I mean, you got to develop for a couple more years, get stronger, work on that skating. It is a big difference at that college level. So
a lot of guys are going down on the ice here today, and you mentioned it earlier in the other intermission report, and I've been noticing it. Their feet are just coming out from underneath them. They're not doing those strong strides. I mean, this is probably one of the most well-maintained sheets of ice in the state, if not the country. I can't believe some of the things that they do. Yeah, it certainly is. It seems like they're not ready for it for some reason. They're not. Maybe they're more used to snowy ice or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, look at me. Do you think I've ever skated? But I mean, I think not having that practice under your belt, what guys do yesterday. If you didn't get a skate in, all of a sudden you jump on the ice, and I think some of it's the game. They also want to win this game, and so you're almost trying a little bit too hard. The third period, though, is where you watch, I mean, the fatigue factor, because it's the extra shifts, the extra skating that you're going through right now. How do your legs feel in that third period? So
we've got guys like Olmscheid, Bauer Berry, a couple of young guys, too, trying to step up. Sully Sholey trying to step up and fill the void that Arrett Pitt has left. are they going to be able to come through for the Hawks and be able to make up for his loss and try to keep this Benilde team at bay, and not only that, but come back, tie it up, and hopefully take a lead.
Well, and I think you never wanted to lose somebody, and the good sign is that Rhett's on the bench. I did see they called the trainer over to talk to him.
Right.
So he's probably foggy, and they probably said, hey, 2 weeks from now is the most important games. Right. Let's just shut you down here. It's not easy because you want to win this one.
Right.
But
Keith Fletcher has been out for the Hawks since the last game in St. Louis Park, where he took a headlong dive into the boards, and he's been a little foggy since, feeling some symptoms here and there. So this is it's a big hit down there.
It was, and he boom. His first 2 shifts he got run into, and the second one, the first one the guy left his feet and hit him up high.
His stick went flying.
Yep. It's like in football where they defenseless guy. Well, and I know the hockey guys say, keep your head up. Well, sometimes, early in the game, it just seemed to me that
you're trying to hit a puck down here.
Yeah, they were trying to go at Rhett, and not saying they were trying to hurt him or anything like that, but they wanted to put a few hits on him early, to put it in the head, like, hey, we're coming at you.
They definitely wanted him to know that they were there.
But, it's an opportunity for the Olmscheids, like you said, the Bauer Berries. You get into the section semifinal championship, you don't think they're going to be trying to, slow down Rhett. It's the other guys that got to score sometimes. You can't just rely on 2-3 guys. So I think, this is a good period to see what those other guys can do. The defensemen need to have some kind of offensive role in this game.
And I was going to talk about that once again. We've got to bring up the name Mike Chaska.
Yeah. And he's getting, he's had long shifts. I saw him where he had a 1.5-minute shift. They went right into a power play. He stayed right out there. Right. So I think, it's tough. He's in a tough position because he wants to be that offensive guy. But right now, he also has to be responsible in the back end.
You bet.
So I think you can see he hesitates a little bit.
He does.
He doesn't finish what he did the last couple of years because he just, he was scoring. And this time he has to be responsible on both sides of the ice. And so, but, there's guys back there. Billy Bronson's had some goals of late. Calvin Barrett can fire the puck. They've got to get a little bit more offense from that blue line besides Mike. Just not a lot generated back there right now.
Well, and I was also going to talk about power plays and penalty kills and special teams. In the first matchup between these two teams, Benilde St. Margaret had 18 minutes of penalties. Chaska only had 8 or 6.
Yeah.
And so tonight it's a little bit different. It's a little bit kind of the other way. Benilde's actually been somewhat, other than the big hit against Pitt, Benilde St. Margaret has been somewhat, they've been disciplined.
Yeah, discipline is the word. Yeah, and I think each team had one power play chance in the first period. Second period, they each had 45 seconds or something like that. So, and you take Pitlick out, then your power plays are different.
Yeah.
So
you noticed on the one where we had where we were killing the penalty, we fell into this 4-man box. Yeah. I've never seen the Hawks. I haven't seen the Hawks do that this year.
And they did a nice job of keeping everything on the outside there.
They did, but I guess my point is that most of the time when Pitlick is on the ice, we're not turning that PK into a defensive mode. We're turning that into an offensive opportunity, getting the puck down the ice and having him be the first one to get at it in order to set up an offensive play when you're on the penalty kill.
Well, and I think some of it's who you're playing too. I mean, you can take more chances against Kennedy, Jefferson, Chanison of late. You got to be a little bit more conscious in your zone against Benilde. But
we also lose that big stretch play that the Hawks have employed a lot this season because Pitlick isn't able to go park down on the blue line. We don't have that. We don't have that guy right now.
But hopefully they have that guy a week from Thursday, and that's the end thing is that he's got to be healthy. You got to have a healthy team going into that because you're just not going to win a section championship without Red Pitlick. This game means something, but the games in a couple weeks mean a lot more.
You got it.
So.
All right, well, I'm not sure if Ryan Paul can hear me, and I'm not sure if he knows that I'm going to throw it to you, Ryan, but thanks a lot for joining us between periods. The teams have taken the ice, and we'll be dropping the puck in just a minute. Greg Erickson, Eric Krauscher This is CHBN. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Blaine Warner. Sit back and relax and watch some boys hockey on CHBN.
We return from Mariucci Arena here on the University of Minnesota campus. I'm Ryan Paul, joined by Greg Erickson for third period coverage of Chaska and Benilde. After 2 periods of hockey, Greg, 2-1 Benilde. They scored just as the second period was winding down.
Olmscheid will be taking the opening draw here on the third period for the Hawks. He's got Lavelle on his right. Those two, I think, need to step up a little bit. Kind of prove to the world why they're the number one line. They're the first line out here tonight.
Lavelle into the Chaska zone here, left to right in the all gold uniforms. Alternate choice for Chaska tonight. Lavelle around the backside, intercepted by Schweitzer. For the Red Knights, Schweitzer a goal tonight.
Just not a
go-ahead goal.
Not a lot of passes are connecting for the Hawks tonight. That makes playing this game very difficult.
Messenberg in. Messenberg a drive. Redirected out in front. Stark gets over and knocks one away with his stick. A nice gliding save by the Chaska sophomore.
Well, he was sprawling on that one. I'm afraid he was a little bit out of position. Bronson's really mixing it up behind the net.
16-12, just 50 seconds into this third period. Benilde to the point. Cooper Gay sends it back down for Messenberg. Now Marshall. Back to Messenberg. Messenberg bodied off by Kester. Kester ties him up there, and Chaska comes away, bends all by himself, dumps it down, and Chaska will change quickly. Schweitzer up ahead.
This is the McDonald-Warner line.
McDonald, the only goal scorer for Chaska tonight. It came a minute and 30 in. Barrett behind his own netminder. Sends up ahead to McDonald. McDonald's pass intercepted by a Benilde defender. Foley on the wide side now. Pushes off. Callahan intercepted by McDonald. McDonald brings it in. Towards the corner, McDonald has Barry out in front. Knocked down. Warner was unable to get a stick on it. Shot in from the point. Barry slings it down behind. He checked hard.
Leveled by Warner, Charlie Warner there from Benilde.
Now Blaine Warner slings it down behind the Benilde netminder Limesand, who's been fantastic tonight in net for the Red Knights. Both goaltenders really solid through 2 periods.
We're going to get a tripping penalty here.
Falls to the ice, and we'll get a tripping penalty.
Charlie Bischel, I think he was actually just going for the puck, but he got his stick caught in the wrong spot. That's going to send him to the box for 2. It's 14 minutes, 53 seconds. So we talked about special teams here, and so
big opportunity for Chaska. Yep. If they can tie this game on the power play, it would be huge to knot this game up.
Warner was just out there, so he needed a break. So we've got Lavelle and Benz.
Hawks with 20 power play goals on the year, trying to make it 21. Benz knotted up in the corner. Lavelle comes to help. Puck stuck loose. Kester on the point. This is where he excels. Kester tipped up in front by Olmscheid. Just got a piece of Carson Limesand.
Boy, Olmscheid was in perfect position for that tip.
Benilde tries to clear. Kester keeps it in the zone. No, now it's knocked down by Brady Yankish. Yankish back around. Kester finds Benz. Benz unable to center though. Turnover and Benilde clears. Just 30 seconds into the power play. Start comes left side out of his crease. 14-16 to go here in the final period of regulation hockey. Shane Lavelle up into the neutral zone. Dumps back for Kester. Hawks on the advantage. Sent across, Barrett. Resets, finds Lavelle. Lavelle dumps it in. Limesand intercepts though. Now it comes out to the point where Kester stops it up before the blue line. Kester sauces over to Lavelle. Lavelle dangles around, tries to center. Benz was there. Caught him on the wrong side though. Now Kester fires and scores! Mike Kester, top corner, the game's tied at 2!
Unbelievable shot by Mike Kester in the high slot. We just had the University of Minnesota Golden Gopher coaching staff up here in the press box. I don't see him right now. I would have loved to get the reaction to that shot.
What a goal to tie the game. Chaska scores their 21st power play goal this season, and it's tally number 18 on the year for the Chaska captain, Mike Kester.
Not only that, but it knots this one at 2, and we knew that some guys were going to have to step up and really take over this game for the Hawks, and they did just that on that power play.
Tables turned a little bit out of this first period. What a big power play for Chaska. We're back in action. 13:34 to go. Barry along the far wall. Centers it off. Warded another chance. Stuck away by Limesand. Back around wide side. Comes near us now. Cooper Gay. Gay skates through the neutral zone. Pushes into Mortensen. Mortensen fires wide of Starkin behind. Sarsland now at the blue line. Dumps off where Bronson intercepts for Chaska. Bronson pushes ahead, but it's taken away by Mortensen, the sophomore. Mortensen now into the zone. Dumps down. 13 minutes left here. We're knotted at 2. Mike Kester came up big for Chaska. A high stick from Cooper Gay got in Mike Kester's grill. No call, though, right in front of the referee. Puck comes down and could see an icing. No, they wave it off.
Through the legs.
Sarsland dumps across where Mortensen clears his own. No, it's kept in by Barry.
Nice work by Barry to keep that puck in. He's looking to try to feed it to Warner.
Warner has Barrett out in front. Good defensive play, though, by Tristan Sarsland to cut up that passing lane. Now a turnover. Chaska dumps down. Lavelle touches up and he'll enter again. Fresh out of the ice, Shane Lavelle. James Callahan bodied off.
Check there in the corner as well.
Here comes Olmscheid. Gets it away. Ben's in the corner. Ben's looking at an opportunity. Out in front, it's loose. Lavelle backhands. Nice save by Limesand. A second chance. Just flutters wide.
Great
Ben's in the corner.
Great work by Olmscheid to find the wide open Lavelle.
Lavelle tries to wrap around. He's stuck up. Now a aggressive hit into the corner, and Shane Lavelle's going to get sent off, and James Callahan is down on the ice, and that was a big hit from Shane Lavelle.
Boy, not only that, but Messenberg came over and tried to put a whack on Lavelle afterwards as well. I think he might be. Yeah, he'll be going as well. You know, I think that was a hockey play. I don't think that was...
I think he came up under him a little bit, but...
All right.
We're going to step aside momentarily as James Callahan is 10-2 for Benilde St. Margaret's. You're watching Chaska and Benilde on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
We're having a conversation in front of the scorer's table. Shane Lavelle sits for Chaska. He put a big hit onto James Callahan, the sophomore for Benilde, and Mike Kester will chat with Nate Schweitzer. Looks like they got Lavelle for 5, and they did. So Lavelle will get a 5-minute, it's probably a checking from behind penalty would be my guess.
Okay. I thought he was squared up to him on front. I didn't realize he had his back to him.
Yeah, I think he got him from behind. We'll have to go back and look at it. But Mike Kester's pleading a case to the officials, but nothing's going to happen, and Shane Lavelle will sit for 5 minutes. And just when Chaska had the momentum off that power play goal, Shane Lavelle comes back and gets sent to the box.
And I haven't heard if there's a 10-minute misconduct penalty associated with this or not, but Lavelle's still in the box, so it doesn't look like there is.
Doesn't look like there is. Shane Lavelle will be the only one in the penalty box.
All the momentum that Chaska Hawks have built over this last few minutes of this period have pretty much just been the air, been let out of that tire. So it's 5-on-4 hockey, and Warner's out there going to take the draw for the Hawks. These guys are going to have to kill this one off.
So it's going to be a long kill for Chaska if they can. Schweitzer, shot blocked, and Barr comes back with it now. Barr sends down to the goal line for Mortensen. Back up to the point for Schweitzer. Benilde very methodical on the man advantage, setting it up. Schweitzer at the point, sends in, stuck away. Warner check that. It's Benz who tries to clear and does.
Able to get a fresh set of legs out on the ice. McDonald and Olmscheid are out there.
Here comes Schweitzer now. Schweitzer stops up near side, taps out for Barr at the point. Barr looks for a lane, fires just wide of Stark. Back up to Schweitzer again. One time for Marshall. Schweitzer back with it. Here's Marshall again. Marshall with a Goldenite.
They switch places.
Marshall skates around. Tried to get a redirection out in front. Mortensen couldn't get a stick on it. Under 11 to go. Chaska's killed off 1/5 of the power play. Out in front, Stark gave up a juicy rebound out of the gut.
He's
Covered though.
Able to get that rebound, able to ward off the other shot. And for those of you who may not know, should Benilde score on this one, it doesn't go back to even strength.
Nope.
On these major penalties. You can keep scoring. So that's one of the biggest concerns that the Hawks have right now. They've got to keep Benilde St. Margaret off the scoreboard.
Warner flings it down. Benz will chase for Chaska, but it'll be Carson Limesand who stops up for Benilde. Yankish with it near his netminder. Taps up ahead, Conloy, Asher Conloy. Had a goal in the last game, offsides called, a little delayed.
Yeah, he was trying to drag, but
Tristan Sarsland's drug it too much though. And it's a neutral zone face-off ahead here.
Trying to drag his foot on the blue line, but called it down offsides. Benilde make wholesale changes here. This is Messenberg's line for the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights.
James Callahan near side. Pushes off for Barr. Back up to the point for Schweitzer. Schweitzer back far corner now. Messenberg. Top power play line on for the Red Knights. Schweitzer off to Callahan. Callahan! Good defensive play by Warner to stick it out of the lane.
Yeah, they were trying to find the back door on that one.
Far side Marshall. Chaska clears. Just to the neutral zone though. Callahan intercepts it. Back on the ice after taking that hit from Lavelle. Now Warner's going to come attack. Here comes Barry. Barry didn't touch it though. He almost got called for icing, but
well, they would have been called for
or offside. I'm sorry.
Offside. Warner was deep in the zone.
Under 10 to play. Wrapping around is Schweitzer. Bodied off of it by Magnuson. Magnuson tries to get it out but can't. Now Callahan finds into the corner for Schweitzer. 9.5 to go. Callahan at the top.
2.5 to go on this power play.
Pushes over for Marshall. Marshall looking for a straightaway lane. Schweitzer rips one on. Stick covers it up for Jack Starr.
Yep, so the Hawks have been able to kill off half of this power play. This.
Yep, 2:23 left to the advantage to Benilde.
It's still 2-2 here in the third period, so the Hawks can get a big boost if they can kill this one off.
And if they can kill this penalty off, that would be huge. Seamus Foley onto the ice for power play unit number 2. Gets off for Asher Conloy. Now back to Foley underneath. To the point, Yakish. Over to Conloy now. Here's Sarsland. Sarsland a rip. Glove save by Stark. Loose out in front still. Bischel comes back around. Kester playing defense on that. Good chance for the Red Knights is negated by a glove save from Stark and good defensive play out in front of the crease. Here's Benilde now on the man advantage for the next 1:49. Shane Lavelle sits a 5-minute major for that hit on Callahan. 8:39 on the clock.
Boy, Stark came up big on that one.
The sophomore coming up huge for Chaska. Kester takes a shot
right up into his upper thigh.
Right in inner leg, and it'll send off Seamus Foley, and that's big for Chaska too.
Going off with his hands, his palm raised to the sky. What'd I do?
Mike Kester falls hard. It hit him right on the inner thigh, and he's still grieving in pain. With 8:33 to go, we will play 4-on-4. For the second time tonight.
This is like we said before.
Big sheet with Olympic sheet.
It's a big sheet when there's only 4-on-4. When you watch the Golden Gophers play, frankly, it's a much faster game. And the next level is a much faster level. And the next level after that is faster than this.
On the ice for Dave Snuggerud, Warner, Bronson, McDonald, and Magnuson. The leading 4-on-4 unit for Dave Snuggerud and the Hawks. Warner checks off Messenberg from the puck, but Messenberg comes back down. Out in front, Callahan drives. Stopped out. Here comes Chaska on the break. Bronson up ahead with it. He's outskated by Schweitzer, though. Olmscheid comes on, a fresh pair of legs for Chaska. Tried to center it off, poked away, though. Bronson comes out, playing hard defense for Chaska in the neutral zone.
Yeah, Brown's
104 left in the penalty to Lavelle. 130 left in the penalty to Foley, I believe. Is that who it was? .754 or 7:49 on the game clock. Schweitzer sends down to the corner. Magnuson intercepts though. Magnuson tries to dump it around.
The Hawks will have about a 20-second penalty power play if they can
Misdirection out in front. Bronson caught it underneath his skate. Stark didn't see it. Luckily, it hit him right in the pad. Here comes Chaska now. Off the puck, Magnuson. Clears out. Olmscheid gonna chase.
Kester's back on the ice. That's great to see.
Here comes Benilde now. Icing up ahead, and we'll get a face-off to the right side of Carson Limesand. 19 seconds left in the 4-on-4 before Chaska takes a man advantage.
Yeah, we'll take a man advantage about 20 seconds roughly, 24 seconds. We'll have the advantage if we can kill off this big 5-minute penalty. Ethan Benz is going to be taking the face-off. He's on the wing with Bauer Berry.
Benz pushes ahead. Here comes Benilde. Jet Johnson into the zone. Johnson goes backhand, checked off of it. Good defense by Chaska. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4, and then Chaska will be on the advantage, as I said. 7 minutes to go here from 3M Arena at Mariucci. Hawks are full strength. Lavelle exits the box right under the ice. Kester snags it for Chaska. Now Barrett stops up.
I love the way Mike Kester is so patient with that puck.
Kester through traffic from his knees. Tries to center. Barry out in front. Benilde tries to clear. No. Lavelle keeps it in, and a nice kick out by Jet Johnson. Kills off the penalty, and we're back to 5-on-5.
When things like that happen to Mike Kester, he takes them pretty personally, and he really does want to do what it takes to make the team pay for those kind of mistakes, that penalty against him.
Puck idle down on the corner. Now it's jammed out. Icing waved through. Erickson retreats for Chaska. Taps over to Warner. Here's Erickson now. Up ahead, McDonald with it. McDonald finds Kester. Streaking is Warner. Into the zone. Barely onside. Schully tries to tap down. Just turns it over for Sarsland. No, now Kester, another chance. Warner fires and scores!
He had eyes in the side of his head. He was absolutely looking for Blaine Warner coming down the right side. Warner was all by himself in the right circle, was able to bury it past the Benilde St. Margaret goalie. Another phenomenal tic-tac-toe pass for these two guys. Hey, Pitlick's not out there, but
haven't seen Rhett Pitlick since really the middle of the first period, and Chaska somehow has managed to do away with it.
Well, and Mike Kester was able to fill those shoes and feed it perfectly to Warner, and we're now ahead 3-2.
Chaska scores 2 unanswered after Benilde took a 2-1 lead. Stark has to get back into his crease, Dreg. Let me tell you something. Jack Stark has been fantastic tonight.
Yes, he has. A little bit of a different philosophy to goaltending than the likes of maybe Justin Bach. A little bit more sprawly. But a lot of that has to, you see that in the Minnesota Wild when you're talking about Dubnyk and Stalock, for example. You just 2 different styles, and now he's out. He's taking a skate during the whistle stop. He likes taking those skates just like Stalock does, So.
Stark, the Bantam AA goalie of the year last year. And then on the other side of the ice, Carson Limesand always been jumbled up words.
Well,
also been fantastic.
He's been very solid, and you can tell he was very disappointed with that last goal scored.
Pair of sophomores between the pipes tonight. Big stage for him here at 3M Arena at Mariucci. We've got 5:21 to go in regulation. Hawks just took a 1-goal lead. Ben's a good defensive play in the corner on Sarsland. Now Olmscheid comes and tries to clear the puck out of the corner. Lavelle jabs it back down for Chaska. Bischel up ahead. Barr.
There's 5 minutes to go in this third period exactly.
Schweitzer off the boards. Leads it ahead for Barr. Back around now for Chaska on the offensive side. Just out of the reach of Shane Lavelle. It allows James Callahan to come up ahead with it. Puck just in front of the Chaska bench. Loose. Bischel recollects for the Red Knights. Bischel pushes through.
It's definitely been a game of flip-flopping emotion, flip-flopping momentum.
Barr behind the net. Clears it out. 4:30 to go. Now Bischel Finds it off for Foley. Poked loose by Owen Thomas.
Lavelle giving him all sorts of problems.
Thomas dumps it down, killing some more time off of this game clock that Benilde's going to have to start playing against a little here. 4:11 to go. Kester taps away Bronson. Now the future Golden Gopher, Mike Kester, skates ahead and dumps it down.
Just sort of
Bauer Berry will chase.
Mike is just sort of quarterbacking the offense.
Out in front, a loose puck. Nearly tragedy for Carson Limesand, and he was late getting back into the crease. Charlie Goodrich snuck up in front of him and almost poked one home for Chaska. Score stays 3-2 though.
Yeah, both Goodrich, I believe, and was it Olmscheid? They were just right. Nope, that was Bauer Berry. They were just down there just causing all sorts of problems, playing from behind the net.
Warner in the dot for Chaska. Puck flutters its way into the corner where Schweitzer's there for Benilde. Jams it away to Adam Marshall. McDonald checked down hard in the neutral zone. Kester flubs the puck up ahead. Scholey chases. Scholey, spin move.
Avoided the check.
Allows Schweitzer, yep. Johnson up ahead with it. Loses the puck and Warner recollects for Chaska. 3:24 to go. Hawks going to try to milk as much of this clock out as possible. That's not going to help an icing call.
Yeah, that was a long stretch pass attempt, rink wide, but again, the larger rink.
And a faceoff comes down to the end of Jack Stark.
Olmscheid will be taking the draw on this one.
It'll be interesting to see the diagnosis of Rhett Pitlick. He was checked down hard in the first period. We haven't seen him since then. He came back onto the ice for one shift after he sat out for probably a good 3 or 4 minutes, and then now we haven't seen him since. Lavelle flubs it out of the zone up ahead for Olmscheid. Olmscheid working along with Benz. Olmscheid checked off. Barrett flings it down to the corner. Benz receives. Centers it off. Olmscheid, a good look, and it's off the goal post!
Oh, that was on the inside of the goal post.
Carson Limesand saved by a 2-inch piece of iron.
That was a great play by the Hawks to just find one another. They were getting checked down. They had good defense by Benilde, but the Hawks were able to find one another. It was a great opportunity, great scoring chance for the Hawks.
2.5 to go in period number 3. A shot just over the glove of Jack Stark. Benilde keeps his own. Cooper Gay gets it down, intercepted though by Magnuson. Magnuson's going to push up ahead for Benz. Benz taps it over to Lavelle. Lavelle gets across the neutral zone red line, and it's pushed down, and Chaska comes for a change.
One of the things that I think you're noticing here is that Chaska Hawks are taking shorter passes.
Yep.
They are not making these long rink-wide passes, and when they do that, they're losing it. So they're getting a little bit closer together to one another, making shorter, sure passes.
2 minutes to go, and Kester is knocked down hard, and he has not moved. Mike Kester is down in the corner, and he has not moved since being pushed into the boards.
He's out cold.
Mike Kester has not moved a muscle since being pushed into the boards, and we're going to send the medical team rushing onto the ice. We'll step aside and update you.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
We are tending to Mike Kester. A silence has fallen over the crowd here at 3M Arena at Mariucci. Mike Kester has been rolled over onto his back as the coaches and medical team tend to him. We'll step aside one more time as Mike Kester, well, I guess we'll stay here. Mike Kester.
His dad is out there with him.
A
Roger.
very scary scene.
Actually trying to get him to his feet. Very interesting scene there in front of the Hawk bench. Dave Snuggerud gathered his players together,
So
giving them reassurance.
Will Thompson, the junior, was sent to the box. I'd assume he's gone for the rest of the game, or I guess he will be gone for the rest of the game. There's only a minute 53 left, as Kester will be taken right back to the locker room.
He's moving very gingerly, but at the same time, I'm just thrilled to see him moving.
I mean, right when he fell down, he went right onto his stomach and just face first didn't move for a good 30 seconds.
Yeah, he was absolutely motionless for a way too long of a period.
So Chaska here with 1:53 left, going to have to try and play through some adversity. Their top player, Mike Kester, lost for the game presumably. Rhett Pitlick already sits on the bench and won't be back for the rest of the game, I would assume. There's silence still over the crowd, and number 24, Will Thompson's going to exit the penalty box, and I would assume they're going to send him to the locker room.
And I've seen, well, he's going to be walking right past.
Yeah, he's going to go right to the locker room.
He's going to be walking right past.
So with only 1:53 left, Will Thompson goes off for a penalty. We'll see what the official call is. Chaska going to have to play through it. They're already down. They're already down Rhett Pitlick after the first period. And now in this second period, they lose Mike Kester.
He's walking right past his parents.
It's a 5-minute major, and they're just going to send him right to the locker room. We're back and underway here. Let's see if Chaska can waste away the final 1:49 of this hockey game.
I've seen Mike take a lot of hits over these years. That was probably one of the biggest ones.
Big hit, yeah. They can still kind of feel the crowd's a little jarred from that one. Kester really, he really didn't move he was on his stomach motionless for a good 30 seconds until he finally kind of tingled his legs a little bit, and everybody kind of took a sigh of relief. Empty net for Benilde.
Yeah, it felt like a lot longer than 30 seconds.
Chance out in front, set down.
Centering attempt there for Benilde St. Margaret, but they weren't able to connect. The puck went all the way down the ice, and Lavelle's got it in the corner.
So an empty net as we have under 60 seconds left here in regulation. Benilde going to try for a miracle. Adam Marshall up in the zone, turned over though. Chaska clears out. Messenberg up ahead to Marshall. 43 seconds left. Here's Barr. Barr sends over for Schweitzer. Schweitzer in high, just over Stark. Loose puck. Jabbed away by Blaine Warner. Half a minute to play here before the horn sounds on period number 3. Benilde desperation. We're still even strength. The net's open for Benilde. A puck in, but the power play for Chaska obviously negates any reason for that. So we're 5 on 5. Johnson underneath. Pokes it out, and with 10 seconds left,
looks like
Benilde is going to watch this one fall out of reach. Blaine Warner going to jab it around, and Chaska, and Nick Olmscheid scores on the empty net.
That was with 3 seconds
Batting the game for Chaska.
I think that was just sort of a little icing on the cake for these boys. Yep. Just the ability to sort of drive the nail.
So Chaska going to come away from Benilde with a 4-2 victory with there 2 seconds left in the hockey game, but obviously more important for Chaska is going to be the health of Mike Kester.
Mike Kester and Rhett Pitlick. Yeah, you're right. So you've got your top 2 guys. I mean, we didn't expect the trip to Minneapolis to be so costly for the Hawks.
I don't see Pitlick on the bench anymore. So Chaska, ironic that the 2 Golden Gopher commits fall out of play on their future home ice. 2 seconds left, the puck will be dropped, and this one will expire. Chaska takes down Benilde St. Margaret's on a big stage at Mariucci Arena in Minneapolis.
The Hawks are embracing their goalie, Jack
What a
Stark.
performance, yes, what a performance from sophomore Jack Stark.
while jubilant to get the victory.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a very interesting bus ride home.
It will be, and obviously we'll update you on the health of Mike Kester and Rhett Pitlick. You can, I'm sure, find that on Twitter.
Yeah,
somewhere.
make sure you follow Chaska High School Hockey.
Yeah, we're going to try to update you on that. So obviously a scary scene just with under a couple minutes left here, but Chaska nevertheless gets a huge victory for Metro West Conference play, Greg.
Yep, and they're going to be they're going to solidify their spot at the top. Chaska doesn't have very many conference or section titles.
Yep.
They need to start filling that banner.
Chaska has yet to win a Metro West Conference title. They'll go for their. I mean, this win. Eric, what is it? Chaska tie Benilde for the conference now? Or does Chaska win the conference? Do we know yet? They got to win one more to win their first ever Metro West Conference title.
Yep, and they've got a couple games. They got games against Chanhassen.
We got Kennedy on Thursday night and Chan on Saturday night, and that's the remaining schedule for Chaska.
They're home on Thursday, and then I believe Saturday is the Chanhassen.
It is Saturday night, and we will bring you coverage of both of those games here on WatchCHPN.com. We got a busy rest of the week. Tomorrow we'll be coming to you from Cooper for boys basketball. Then Thursday we got a doubleheader with Kennedy and boys basketball and boys hockey, and Thursday is Minnetonka basketball at home. Then Friday we have Kennedy, and Saturday Chaska hockey at 7 o'clock. Say, folks, I'm glad you've tuned in here from Mariucci Arena in Minneapolis. For my crew tonight, Olivia Frobaum on the camera, Greg Erickson.
Sweet job, Olivia.
Greg Erickson with the color, Eric Krauscher jumping on. I know Taylor Hansen's been scurrying around at the ice level. We want to thank you for tuning in. Chaska gets a much-needed Metro West Conference victory over a very highly ranked Benilde St. Margaret's team. It's a 4-2 final from Mariucci tonight, saying so long, Soar Hawks.
Good night, everybody.